Hey everyone, welcome back to the Codemaster Tutorial series. In this video, we are going to add the timer functionality for our quizzes, and we are also going to implement the randomize functionality for our question ordering. So every time when user attempt the quiz, so the question pattern will be different. Or if multiple users are attempting the quiz, so the order of the questions will be different on each of the screen. So let's get started with the timer functionality first. For adding the timer functionality in our quizzes, we have to add the timer inside the attempt quiz. So if we see for now how the attempt quiz looks like, so this is my admin page. Let's open the normal functionality for user in a different window. Um, money2 at the rate test.com, and password will be test1234, test1234, money 11 2000. Okay, login money to at the rate test.com, test1234. Okay, so login successful. And okay, first need to correct this page also. I think we have looped through all the table, so just correct first. um, Inside the user dashboard, okay, we have loop, like we have implemented the loop for whole table. That is wrong. Okay, just name date of quiz, and then for quiz in quizzes. Okay, 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 we have added two times. Okay, just remove the last one. There is only one time loop needed. Okay, okay, cool. So I I have also reduced the time to one because we have to test some functionality. So just edited the time from 10 to 1. So okay. So when we attempt the quiz, so when we attempt the quiz for now, so we see no timer. Okay. But if we see the quiz has a timer, time duration. Okay. So let's start a timer functionality that will appear above at the top and will count every second. Okay. So for doing that, we have to uh, modify our attempt quiz. Okay. So in the attempt quiz, what we can see for now, quiz questions. Okay. We have to add one more section or element. We have to make class timer and span id timer, and starting time will be 00. When the page loads first time, it will having this placeholder. We will implement the functionality to update this value, and then every second we have to update the timer also. Okay. So add the style also. So style block method and block, and we have to use super also, so it will not replace the whole block. Okay, it will use the content from the this block, and then we will add our own content. Okay, so style then dot timer, because we want this color as red. Okay, font size as 12 px, and text decoration will be solid. Let's try this one. So reload, and this will be the timer, and it is showing red. I think the solid is not working, so just remove this one. Okay, that is okay for now. Cool. Then what we have to do, we have to create a script, okay, to update this timer every second. And before doing that, there is one more thing. The timer will be optional, okay. So if uh, there is no time duration for the quiz, so this will not work, okay. This is not applicable for the quiz. So just need to check like whether we have created the time duration as optional or not. So just go forms part, and the time duration is required one, but we need as optional. Okay. So what is in the models? In the models, quiz time duration is also not optional. Okay. So we need this as optional. Okay. So do one thing. Um, make this as optional. Okay. And well, if we are updating the quiz model, so also add one field here, that is remarks. Okay. Or leave it for now, cause um, just we have to focus on the timer part first, and then once we are done with the timer, so we will also have to restructure our project, folder and directory. So then we will do that. Okay. So just leave it. So the field we made as optional, and in the forms also we have to remove the validator as data required, so no need for this. Okay. And but what we can do, we can add a default value. Okay, so it will not give error while performing any calculation over that. So for making it default, we have to add one default option, default, and default will be 0. Is that right? Okay, cool. Then for upgrading the database, we have to basically remove the existing one again, and close our server, and again create the database. If run db.seed, not the seed, create. Okay, so we have to run the db create command to create the database again. And then we will also run the db seed to populate our database with some records. Okay, so we have created our database, we have seeded our database. What next? Next, yeah. So the time duration, if there is some time duration, so we will show this record or show this timer. If there is no time given, so we will hide this and will not run any script. Okay. So if quiz dot time duration um, greater than 0, okay, then only we have to show this. And if cool, so okay, okay, so run the server again to test. Okay, unauthorized because the user has been deleted, so we cannot fetch the session, and this is giving error. So just go to the register, mm, create a user again, and then test 1 2 3 4, test 1 2 3 4, money 112,000. Is it the wrong one? Okay, this is unsuccessful. Money and the test 1 2 3 4, submit. So for now, these both quizzes have the time duration of 10 minutes, and so what we can do, just remove the time duration or update it to 0 to see the effect. Like we have to hide the timer for 0 time. Okay, so this the time duration is 0 for first quiz, and then we load the user. I have opened two browsers, one for admin, one for the user. Okay, so at the user side, when we reload, the time duration is 0, and when we attempt, okay, so the timer is hidden now. Okay, cool. So the timer is optional, and let's add the script now to update the timer. So the timer element ID is timer document. Okay, first make the variable scotch const quiz duration will be the data from the quiz dot time duration. Okay, so let's take the local variable time left and just feed the value from the quiz duration. Uh, why we have taken this variable when we can use that quiz duration itself? Cause this value is coming from the quiz directly, okay, but we need to change this value again and again. Like every second we have to update the value. That's why we have uh, fetched the value from the quiz in the quiz duration, then we have supplied this value to this local variable. Okay, and then we have to update only this variable, and we also need to check the timer with this variable only. Okay, so um, just create a function first that will be update timer, and then we have to also make a time interval Okay, that will be set interval. So we are creating a variable. In this variable, we are calling the function set interval. So basically, set interval calls a method in every time duration, like whatever time duration you give. Okay, so like what we are going to do, we have to update, we have to run this function every second to update the timer. So that's why we are creating a object set interval where we will update, we will call this method every second. So 1000, this is in milliseconds, so 1000 millisecond will be 1 second. Okay, and then inside the function what we need to do, so first we will find the minutes. Okay, and the minutes will be time left divided by 60. As if you remember, our time duration field is just storing the time in seconds. Okay, so we are giving the quiz duration in seconds, like 1800 seconds for 60 30 minutes. So this way, we already having the quiz duration seconds, so we have to for minutes we have to divide it by 60. Okay, and then we have to use the math.floor from JavaScript. So this will be the time, and then we have to also calculate the seconds. Okay, the seconds will be um, time left and then percent and 60. So it will give the remainder value. Okay, so how it will work? Let's Let me give you one example directly here. Okay, okay. So think about, we have our time left as 1800. Okay, in that time what will be the minutes? The minutes will be time left divided by 60, that will be 30 minutes. The seconds will be time left, oh shit, time left and percentage 60, and that will be giving the remainder as 0. Okay, so the time will be 30 and 00. Then when the after 10 seconds, so what will be the minutes and seconds after 10 seconds? So that will be, so after 10 seconds the time left will be 1790. Okay, so if we calculate the minutes now, so this will give 29.83, but we have to floor this value. So math dot floor, okay, and minutes. So it will give 29, and then we have to calculate the seconds. The seconds will be 29 and 50. So 1790 will be 29 minutes and 50 seconds. Okay. Then okay, reduce the time 60 seconds from here. So then calculate. So that will be 1740. Okay. So now take the value at 1740. So at that time, what will the minutes? The minutes will be 29 exactly. Okay. And the seconds will be 0. Okay. So this way our minutes and seconds calculation will be done. And then we have to show this minutes and seconds in this element. Okay. So for showing here, we have to get the element by timer, the ID is timer, and then we have to set the text inside this element. So for adding a text, we are creating a string where we will format the time. So the minutes, then minutes convert to string. So it will be string, and then we will add the pad start. So the max length will be 2. So if what will happen, like um, if the minute is 15, so the max length will be like it will fill, because the max length is already 2, so there is no uh, need to fill. It will directly show as 15. But if the minutes remaining as 9, okay, and the max length is 2, so there will be a blank string at the start, or the blank character value remaining. So it will be something like this, okay, 9, okay. So we have to fill this space, okay. We have to fill this space. So how we do that? We have to just give a value like 0. So it will uh, make the string as max length 2, and if there is some blank space remaining, it will fill with 0, okay. And next, similarly, we have to create second string for second. So to string, and then pad start also here, max length 2, and fill the value if required with 0, okay. Okay, then if time left less than or equal to 0, then what we have to do? If the time left is 0, then we have to clear this interval, okay. So when we set the interval, so it will run like until the page, unmounted. So but if we are on the page, so we have to clear this interval to clean this interval timer, okay. So clear this interval, and what we have to clear, so that set interval we have stored in this object or variable. So clear this interval, okay. And then we can also show a alert to user, like if the time left is a 0, then we can show a alert pop-up, like the time's up and your quiz will be submitted automatically. So what we are going to do, like when the time's up, we have to submit the quiz from the user side, okay. So for doing that, I will do that. Make add a ID quiz form, okay, and use this ID to submit the form. So for doing that, document dot get element by ID quiz form, and then use the submit, okay. So basically it will find the element by ID and fetch the whole object. That object is form, and form has a type submit. So it will be basically, you can also call this submit action to submit the, or click the button automatically from by the um, script, okay. So then it will submit the form after the time finished, and else if the time is not 0, so what we have to do every second? We have to reduce it by 1. Okay, so for reducing we can use this way, like okay, I have been also teaching JavaScript, I guess. So like min is 10, so min minus 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 9, 8, 7, this way. Okay, cool. So else we have to reduce the time if time is not 0. Okay, okay, one more thing. If the as our quick timer is optional, so if there is no value in quick duration, so why we have to start the timer? Okay, so we have to return. So return if quick duration less than or equal to 0. Okay, so we have to return from here. We don't need to go uh, after this. Okay, cool. Now test this functionality. So this quiz one already has 0 time duration, but let's set the time duration for this. So now we are in the admin dashboard and edit again and make it like 1 minute. Okay, so it will be tested easily like in 1 minute. So okay, so in seconds it will be 60 seconds, and then submit. So we have the 60-second time duration for this quiz. Go to the user portal, and the user portal reload this quiz, and we have, okay, our timer has not started yet. Okay, why? So what is going wrong? We are getting the quiz right, yes, and the quiz time duration, and then the time left. Okay. hmm So we can run some console to check like what is going wrong. Okay, what is the time left? Just check this one. Okay. Open your console. Illegal return statement. Okay, we are getting error already. Okay. Illegal return. But we have to return. Okay. Return null. Let's see what will happen. Illegal return. Still we are getting. Okay. Do one thing. If okay, don't return anything. If the quiz duration greater than 0, only then run this thing. Okay, that we can do. So travel cut and wrap inside the if block, and now test this. Will that work? Yes, that's working. So our time counter started, and every second it is updating the time. Okay, and we have to see, once we okay, so I guess there could be error also, cause might be uh, we haven't handled the thing where if user will not provide option, so what will happen? Like, so let's check. what will happen after when the time will be 0. So it will automatically try to submit, and then we will see. Time's up, your quiz will be submitted automatically. Okay. Okay, okay, we haven't got any error. Your score is 0 because your option basically are wrong. It is taking as while comparing, like what is happening if you go to the roots and here is attempt quiz. Okay, this one. So what is happening when this function trying to get the user answers from the form, so it is getting might be null, and that is failing this check, like while comparing it is not matching with the correct option, so obviously the score you will have 0. Okay, so yeah, that has already been handled, so we got no error and the quiz has been submitted. Okay, so it means our timer functionality is working fine, right? Okay, that is good. Cool. So we have implemented the timer functionality and with the optional timer also. Like, okay, just test the optional. We already checked, but let's check one more time. So for quiz 2, let's reduce this as 0, or while creating the quiz, just not select this option. So it will automatically submit it as 0. So submit this. And now quiz 2 has no time duration. So when user will try to okay, we don't have any option for dashboard navigation. So when user will attempt this quiz now, so there is no timer, so it will not automatically be submitted. So you can stay on this page when like for whatever time. Okay, cool. Okay, so user, we have created a user, then we have attempted one quiz, and I guess we also updated the dashboard. Yeah. So what happened here? Now the average score for 1.5 again, uh, and for quiz 2 is it already 2.33. Completion rate is 75 for quiz 2 because right now we have 4 users, and the last user that just created has completed the quiz 1, not the quiz 2. Okay, so quiz 1 is already having the 100%, but quiz 2 now 75 because the fourth user has not attempted the quiz 2. So it's okay. Cool. So our timer functionality has been implemented. So next we have to implement the randomize functionality to change the order of the questions for the quiz on each of the screen. So like two users are attempting the quiz. So in one screen the pattern will be different. Like this question could be at last, and this question can be at the first. Okay. Similarly, this one can be last or whatever pattern. So that must we have a randomized pattern. Okay. So how we can do that? For doing that, we need to use one library, that is a random library, and from the random library we can use one module, that is the shuffle volume. So from random import shuffle. Using the shuffle we can shuffle the list items, like or dictionary items. So we have to do it at the attempt quiz place. Okay, so while attempting the quiz, we we supply the questions to uh, attempt quiz template, but we can shuffle here like this whole um, question object, like this is the array, right? So we can shuffle the items inside the array, but for doing that we cannot directly shuffle this, okay? Because um, so this is the original um items that are coming from fetching the quiz dot questions. If we need to alter the indexing, so what we can do, we have to make a copy of this object using the dot copy. So it will now what it will do, it will create a duplicate object, okay, for the quiz dot questions, and then this object can be we can alter, like we can alter the index of the items, okay? So this is the correct way to do this, okay? Now what we have to do, we can shuffle our questions, okay? That's it that's it we can use this shuffle, and it will shuffle the questions indexing every time, like when the this function will be called, okay? So save it, and now go to the user. So I have been attempting this quiz already, and the pattern is this one, the who painted the Mona Lisa. So the first one, then the chemical symbol of gold, and then the smallest country in the world. Okay, just reload this. What will happen? Okay, see, the ordering has been changed. Okay, the last question is now first, and the second is second. The first is third. Okay, now if some other user try to attempt this quiz, so what will happen? Okay, okay, it has changed the order again, okay, because there are only three items, that's why you cannot see a different variation. But if there are 10, 20 something, so definitely you will see the ordering change every time, okay. Okay, so basically the functionality is working fine. So just submit this thing for the user 2 also, for the quiz 2 from the user 4. So who painted the Mona Lisa? I don't know actually, but okay, select this one. What is the smallest country in the world? Smallest country is, I guess, the Vatican City, because this is the smallest one. And what is the chemical symbol for gold? That is AU. Okay. Submit the quiz. Okay. All correct. So scores 3 out of 3. Cool. Let's see the admin again. I just want to see this visualization. It was really cool. Okay. Again, the average score is 1.4, the 2.5 for the quiz 2, because I got the 3 out of 3. And the completion rate for the quiz 2 also 100%, because all the users have submitted or attempted the quiz, okay. Cool. Okay, so that's it for this video. You have implemented the timer functionality for our quizzes. We are updating the timer every second, and then we have also implemented the randomize functionality for our quiz questions. So basically, the pattern for the quiz question or ordering of the quiz question will change every time when you attempt the quiz, or on the different user screen it will be different. Okay. Next, we are going to modify the user dashboard. For now, there is not much in the user dashboard. There is no more options for user. So we will focus on the user dashboard, your user functionality, for showing the quizzes like filtering and searching and so on. So we will do that next. Okay. See you next time.